Good morning. It's Tuesday, August 10th. So I'm going to talk about what a productive day looks like. So yesterday was a pretty good day at work, at least a minimum of drama, which is the for me. Some of the other drivers were less lucky. It occurred to me that I have described my job as the equivalent of driving from Lawrence, Kansas to Des Moines, Iowa, and back in city traffic. And while that's true in terms of time, what's not true is in terms of distance, because obviously in city traffic I'm driving more slowly. Except it's even worse than that. Okay, so for most people, if you're driving around town, you have a sense of how far you're going to go and how long it's going to take and so forth. At the end of the day, okay, so I have yesterday and today and all the rest of the week, I have a route basically from the extreme east end of town to the extreme south end of town, going halfway across in the middle first. So sort of a big L. And so the distance of that loop, however many miles it is 1 hour. Okay. So I do 7 of those, and then add to that the time it takes to get out to where I'm doing the driving and then back to the bus barn. My total distance yesterday was 107 miles. I'm averaging 15 miles an hour. Now, occasionally the bus gets up to 40 in one stretch, but there's a certain amount of time where I'm immobile. I mean, that's the system. Is you're immobile, people get on, you start driving. You're immobile, people get off, so forth. And there's even some places where I have to sit for a few minutes because I'm in danger of doing the whole thing too quickly and screwing up the timetable. So for all the driving, there's probably an equal amount of not driving, of sitting there either for a few seconds or a few minutes or whatever. And for someone who's used to, how many 100 miles can we go today, or a trip to Pennsylvania for fun in August, it struck me as sort of odd, at least. And I was trying to think of how a day in the ceramic studio might end up looking the same. 8 hours, and then you look over there and it doesn't seem like much happened. Now, I had 30, 40 passengers, and in their life, that bus ride or those 2 bus rides were important. So I will never know how important. So I can't judge my productivity based on the value each of them had from the experience. But in the case of a ceramic studio, what I came up with was a day spent mixing up glazes. Because it's the sort of day where I could spend 8 hours, carefully topping up buckets that were, getting low on glaze. And at the end of the day, be reasonably tired and have the studio look exactly the same as it did in the morning. Because, of course, the buckets would go back to where they were stored, and from the outside you can't tell how full they are. And if you tidy up and so forth, so it's not like I threw 100 pots today, or I threw 20 pots today, or I unloaded a kiln and I have all this brand new inventory. There are those days where your productivity can actually be numbered in product and expressed in joy at something that turned out well, or sorrow at something that turned out badly. Now, my job of driving the bus is a little like mixing glazes, because it's the world is a little better when I'm done, but potentially there is no visible evidence. It's all part of the mix. Good luck with yours. This is Raku. Have a good day.